since the world began. Come here, little boy, come and sit beside my fire. Wrap yourself around my fire, I'll do your desire. So wait a minute, Adam, honey, got a reputation to protect. You want my love and kiss is gonna take a little respect. He fell down on his knees, looked up in the sky, said, I think I get the picture, Lord, this morning, this meets the eye. Eve said to Adam, catch me if you can. Same old story ever since the world began.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, The Dark Side of, you like that? Here on the KPOD Network. Podcast, your home for rational... I'm sorry. I saw something this morning. I can't get it out of my head, man. This is going to be a rough stream. I'm just going to let you know right now. That's what it's going to be a little goofy. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity. Leaving emotion at the door. Talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the mighty Belle. I think she's lurking, so she gets her special sound effect for
How's
the
your
Belle.
head?
I haven't had any complaints yet.
That's right. She's a trooper. It's an absolute trooper, considering I don't pay her and she keeps coming back day after day after day. You gotta love living in my world sometimes. Here at the podcast, bye Indy. Thanks for hanging around. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you. Yeah, man, it just something caught my funny this morning. It hit me in the funny bone, and I can't get that out of my. I just cannot get this out of my head. I'm not going to share it. It's one of those you had to be there kind of things, and yeah, you weren't. At least I don't think so. Jeff might have been. Jeff, who is answering to the man this morning. Jeff, why don't you just retire, dude? I recommend it. I recommend retiring and pursuing your other passions, man. It's a lot more rewarding, a lot more fulfilling. But I do like you in that where you are, because you drop me little tidbits and allow me to it enhances my TradFi investing. So I certainly thank you for that. It's really who you know, man, not exactly what you know. So yeah, dude, you know what, you're doing God's work, sir. Just keep grinding it out, baby. I'm here for you. So yeah, we had a good stream last night. I felt good. I owned that song. I owned Sweet Transvestite, man. I feel like I did real good on that one. It was different because I'm for the evening streams, like we will be tonight at live tonight at 1800. Me, Bell, and we'll try to drum up a guest. I indulge on the evening stream. So a little bit of pure good alcohol in you. Bourbon. I'm a bourbon guy. That's it. That's what I drink. But a little bit of good, pure, neat bourbon in you, and you can loosen up. So I absolutely owned it. Replay's available. It was at the first break, so it's about 25 minutes in, and I killed it. Belle said I killed it. She always says I kill it. I think she's just buffing my ego. I'm not a 19-year-old girl on The Voice. All right, I don't need that kind of reinforcement. I like to do it as kind of a caricature of myself, and it's funny, man. We need some funny in here. Crypto needs funny. I am way beyond. I'm 53. I'm way beyond being embarrassed. So, yeah, we're just going to keep doing our thing. Anyway, a couple tokens flying off this morning. Let's go ahead and do this. I keep getting asked, what's your research? How do you research? How do you DYOR? We actually got a question this morning before the stream even went live. That was awesome. From Scott Peters, your thoughts on Aventus AVT. So I've been getting asked a lot, Scott, what is your research? How do you research tokens? How do you research what you're putting in? You guys know my wickets. I think I've been very, very clear. I need to... It has to be a docs team, man. I have to know who these people are. So if they blow me up, I know who to sue. I absolutely need that. Crypto is incredibly sketchy. So before I'm going to be putting any kind of 6 or 7 figures into something, I've got to know every single member of that team. All it takes is one guy to blow it up. So I need to know who these people are, what they are doing. I would love to have sit downs with them. I'm not that important that I can get something like that. But for the smaller projects, the ones that I tend to be looking at anyway, sometimes I can. So I get to, talk, and that's my number one. But other two is it has to solve a problem, man. All right, look, we can hoke around out here in crypto all we want and build tools to to help devs and all this other good stuff, but there's no real path to monetization on that, and that happens to be my third wicket, path to monetization. I have to know if this thing is going to generate organic revenue through usage, meaning customers, consumers, not investors. That's another part that I'm looking at. So there's a lot that goes into it for me, and we've fallen on our sword for years and years out here, just simply making education videos, and they really go nowhere. I want to get some return on my time as well. So education is really, really tough to sell out here, man. People just don't care. The average crypto person, your social media person, your Twitter hanger on her, they simply don't care, man. They will take anything. It's almost like the more vague you are, the more the more profound that the project seems to be, and that's absolutely not the case. I look for marketing. I see if this team is doing marketing, and if they are doing smart marketing. This is incredibly important out there. For some reason over here in crypto, we go out of our way to try to break the mold, to try to just do it different because we are different, but they're ignoring absolute fundamentals that have worked for centuries. On this is how you get it out. This is how you get the word out. And clear is better than clever every single time. every single time, I point you to Charmin bathroom tissue. We don't even call it toilet paper. We call it bathroom tissue. Charmin with the bears, the cartoon bears that are all busy, having poopies and wiping their butts. And it is a very, very crystal clear message. Now, it might be clever with the bears. I think that is. But the message itself is very, very clear. And when you advertise with a very, very clear message, you can get metrics off that. You can start to figure out this people are responding to this. They're not responding to this. So let's go ahead and focus into this area. And that is that's absolutely critical if you are looking for consumers. Now, if you're looking for investors, stay vague. Just stay incredibly vague. Never give over too much. Never actually explain anything. You just stay vague and token to the moon, and there you go. And that works very, very well when you are simply trying to sell tokens. But if the entire intent of your project is to simply sell tokens, then I'm not interested. I'm not interested long term, man, because we have enough of this out in crypto, and it has failed over and over and over and over, particularly out here in the cosmos. So that's another wicket that I look for is, are they serious about their product? Everybody, you always get the dev sweat. I call it. You should bottle this, by the way, Val. We could use it. Val, we could use it and sell it as some kind of industrial lubricant. Dev sweat. They're just trying to get the last semicolon in the right place to bring it all together and make it work. And it's been a life's passion forever and ever and ever. We should bottle that and sell, like they still sell Elvis sweat. Let's just sell Dev sweat. Here you go, a bottle of Dev sweat from the ORAI team, man. And we can. I'll tell you what, we'll do it the crypto way. We'll just take a picture of it and we'll mint it as an NFT, and we'll say, yes, this is a real world asset now because I got the bottle of Dev sweat right here, and it came from these guys, and this is all true, and you should absolutely buy this. That's being vague. All right, I love that. Absolutely love. I'm getting to Max. I'm getting to ORAI. I'm getting all this. If this is your first time visiting this show, I doubt it, but because we don't really pack them in anymore. But I tend to give you my thoughts going forward into what this whole entire show is going to be about. We don't script. We never have. It is completely off the top of my head and the things that concern me right now. You see, I'm an investor. I have skin in the game, a lot of skin in the game. All of my skin is in this particular game. So forgive me for being extreme in my viewpoints on this, because when your life depends on it, your family, all that other stuff depends on this, you're going to tend to not take the risks that you used to take. So you're going to be very, very specific and try to invest smartly. And that's what we're doing here. So anyway, we'll get to that. Right now, it's the flavor of the month. You know what? Hell with it. My thoughts are out. You guys know where I'm at. And but I will take a look at that token, brother, and I'll give you my thoughts, and we'll carry on. Bitcoin is there we go. That's how quick it happens out here. There's your this is your store of wealth. This is the one that surpasses everything else out here. You could see that it is blowing up right now, and it's going to blow up everything. The faster it goes, the more hurt that you get off from this stuff. It'll literally affect USDT, USDC, and all that. You'll see those big down candles on those things as the markets try to adjust and as arbitrage is happening all over the place. That if there's one thing that we can do well, it's move money fast. So arbitrage is an absolute necessity on this. But anybody gets cold feet, tiny little bit of news, anything that may or may not reflect positively on finance, and Bitcoin does this day after day after day. This is the world, man. All right, and you're gonna have to get used to it if you're gonna come over here and swim in these waters. Now, our answer to this right here seems to be meme tokens, because meme tokens are more or less immune to the movements of Bitcoins. Not the big ones, not your Pepe, not your Bonk, not the ones that exploded and went into multi-billion-dollar market caps. Those ones are just as susceptible to this as anything else because they're everywhere. That means they are LP'd everywhere. And anything that is LP'd is more or less touching Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin does this, LPs start to correct and permanent loss becomes a reality. And now you have a hell of a lot more of a descending token. And that's not real good for all of us. But yeah, I think this one yesterday right there was Justin Trudeau resigning. The guy was a clown, man. He was an absolute shit show. So the market responded positively to it. That's my opinion. It really shouldn't have, because the interest on the 10-year yield, man, suggests to me that we should be well under where we are right now. But, we like to live in fantasy land out here, so we pretend that bond yields don't matter and any of these things. They all matter, by the way. But yeah, I didn't see this. This just happened, and I was monologuing, so I kind of missed it. But we're going to correct all up and down the board, and this is kind of one of those how low can we go things, and we'll let it settle down. But as long as Big Daddy here is still calling the shots, then everything else out here is speculative. That's it. There's nothing that's going to change that. I look for products. I look for my Jackal. I look for a cash. I look for OmniFlix. I look for things that have external revenue coming into them, and that they have and that's the path to monetization. That's why it's very, very important to me. And they have to solve a problem. A cache solves a really good compute problem. Jackal solves one hell of a privacy problem. And OmniFlix is entertainment based, and I love OmniFlix, by the way, because of the region that they're in. The team is Indian, and they know the region. They know what the trends. They know what's hot. They know where it's going right now. And when you're pushing into an entertainment platform into a country that has about 1.6 billion people, I want to be a part of that, man. I am absolutely all over that. It's not going to happen tonight, but it's going to happen. So with those, we're still going to eat it over here whenever Bitcoin does this. It's about pairings. You guys know that. But again, memes are more or less immune to this because they are so bloom and gloom. Aside from the ones that already made it, again, your Pepe, your Bonk, your Doge, and so forth. But aside from those, everything else is very, very short based. Now, Max is a perfect example of this one. Actually, yeah, there we go. Nice little down candle to go over there with Bitcoin. I'm having some trouble with this one. I'm struggling with this. I just really started taking a look at this. I didn't buy it down here. I'm nowhere near it. I'm not that smart. I don't spend that much time with meme tokens, so I wouldn't exactly be the right guy to answer any of those particular questions. But I do like seeing action, and this is a lot of action on this thing right now. So the struggle that I'm having with it, just want to get real clear here. Look, man, I am not the smartest blockchain guy. I've never admitted that, or I've never pretended that I was. I am early, and I am lucky. That's where I am. I was not early on this one, so I have effectively no interest in it, because once it kind of hits that point, it's already 10, 12, 14x'd. You know what? It's Thunderdome at this point, and I don't want to be the next man in the ring. I want to be the first man in the ring, and I wasn't on this one. But it's hot right now. It absolutely blew up overnight. So sure, it's certainly worth a look. Let's get into this a little bit, and let's see what's going on with it. So this is not the current price, because CoinGecko is about the last thing that updates. I want to say that this price right over here on Deck Screener is probably a hell of a lot more accurate. But the issue that I'm having with it, and it's not this, the max supply, billion tokens, this is becoming pretty standard out here. Billion tokens, 10 billion tokens, 100 billion tokens, particularly over here in the meme world. And the total supply and circulating supply are all out. So it was a fair launch token. There may or may not be any kind of real big hidden cash, even though anybody who's going to fair launch this thing, that created it, that put it up, they're going to buy the most at the least. That's it. So you are always going to be beholden to them. Part of doing your own research out here is finding out if it's a scam and if you're about to get screwed. Now, before, we were just writing up these smart contracts. We were releasing 10, 12, 14% of the supply. The devs had the rest of it. And they would hype it up, be very, very vague, hype it up, get people excited, let that token go, and then the devs would just simply blow you up. People caught on to that. They're not playing those anymore. We don't want anything to do with those anymore, because it has been over and over and over of just destroying dreams. So this is the new thing right now, and this has been picking up an awful lot of steam, or all of these fair launch platforms that are out there, and they're virtually every chain has one. The total supply is out. Everybody is all knows the same thing, and then it's just Thunderdome after that. But anybody that had any kind of plan in this, saying this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to push it, this is our anticipated response on this token based on all of this and this. The people who initially launch it are the guys that are still going to have the most supply. Now, they might have to pay for it, but I want you to think about that for a second. If a token like that launched at .001 and they put in, just say, $1,500, and that thing goes to .014, that is one hell of a gain. I mean, that is a monstrous, stupidly monstrous gain. And they are going to realize profits. It just is. It will absolutely happen. And we still see it with these just unbelievably vicious red candles. And it's not these people here that are selling it. It's not these guys that are causing those candles. It's the guys, let's max that thing out. It's the guys here that got in on that token on December 3rd at .002. That kind of profit will absolutely be realized because the token itself has no particular use. It only does what, it's only worth what somebody will pay you for it. Period. That's it. There is no external organic revenue. Now, this one may or may not. Again, I haven't done my full research on it. I'm just letting you know this is the way I see it, and this is what I would be researching. This right here, which may or may not come up. One second. I didn't change wallets. Yeah. I don't even know if this is it, but this is the website that I'm sent to from right here, mesh.distill.ai, and it comes over here. And it seems to be another AI agent site. These things are super hot right now, guys. AI agents are the flavor of the week, the talk of the town, the belle of the ball, and any other bullshit metaphor I want to throw up in here. But this is the thing that is hot right now. So anything that is attached to this, that is attached to any kind of .ai, has a very strong positive social bias. I'm trying to be delicate here, but it has a positive social bias. So yeah, they end up showing up and very, very, everybody's excited. Oh my God, AI, look, it's brand new. Oh my God, it's booming. It's up 180%. Shit, I got to get in on this. That's just the crypto cycle. Does it last? No, it does not last. It blooms, it glooms, and people move along. But I don't know on this one. That's the kicker, man. That's the thing that's bugging me about this and why I keep poking around. Now, one, the token can be bought in multiple locations. Now, they were kind of smart about this one, is the fact that it's over on it was launched over on Solana. So they were very, very smart on that one, because you want to go where the action is. And 2,000% over 30 days, you could probably say that that's a pretty successful day. Now, where would it have to go to give you an additional 2,000%? Way too high. That's it. So anybody that's dabbling in this right now are going to be dabbling for fractions of percentages, man. You're never going to get that, man. That part is, it's here, it's done, and it's done what it's going to, so it will carry on. But you can't ignore that kind of success, man. And I don't invest in, I don't horse around in these. I don't play in meme coins. But you cannot you cannot continue to go against market sentiment. I've been doing it. Bell and I have been doing it. That's why we did education, information, all that other stuff, and we absolutely the channel did just not resonate well. But this over here, it just changes up or illustrates the changing of the crypto narratives. So you need to pay attention to this. But here's the kicker. If you come over here to ORAI DAX, for those of you who don't want to play around with Solana, look at the pairings. Look at what we got over here, man. We got it paired up with ORAI, which is the native token of this entire chain. And we have it paired up over here with ORAI X, which is a derivative of ORAI. They had to launch that derivative token. They had to launch that ORAI X token because they maintained ORAI itself as a token. They maintained their incredibly high APRs just too long. So it became unfeasible, and it was starting to go down. So they said, okay, here's what we're going to do, man. We're going to drum up a derivative token so that because we can mint this one, tons of room for us to just keep minting this one. And it gives them more runway for them to kind of get their shit together and maybe get that program worked out. Maybe that was the whole plan the whole time. I don't know. But it's over here and it's paired up, and this text is over in the Cosmos. So they're bridging this token. So if it, and that's where I'm stuck. Is there a mirror of this launched over here? I don't think so. I haven't opened the contract. It's easy enough to open it. I just haven't done it yet. But I think they're bridging that stuff over here and bringing it to the Cosmos. So for that, it was actually clever. Oh, there we go, man. Look at there. There's your economic reality that comes in. There we go, guys. Just keep that candle going, man. But yeah, it's they got the token, they put it where the most liquidity and the most action is, and then they brought it back over to here because you can literally swap for this. It's a Solana token, but you can swap for it and do business with it right over here on ORAI chain. So I'll show you guys here after the break because I was a little bit shocked. I'm trying to figure this out, man. That's all it is. I want to try to figure out, can I get a percentage on this or not? That's all I'm interested in. Anyway, we got, I'll tell you what, perfect segue song to go into the next segment. Let me drink my water. Let me check the comments. Belle sent me, I got a whole bunch of text here. So maybe Belle, we got some comments out of you guys today. Let's find out. Be back in right around 4 minutes. Excellent song. I love the Kinks. I'm a huge fan. I think it was they were easily one of the most influential bands of their generation, and they somehow got forgotten, but every song hit after hit after hit. Love the Kinks here on the podcast, guys, and we will be right back.
All the stories have been told of kings in days of old, but there's no England now. All the wars that were won or lost somehow don't seem to matter very much anymore. All the lies we were told, all the lives of the people running round, their castles are burned. I see change, but inside we're the same as we ever were. Living on a thin line. Ooh, tell me now, what are we supposed to do? Living on a thin line. Ooh, tell me now. This way each day's a dream. What am I? What are we supposed to do? Living on a thin line. Ooh, tell me now, what are we supposed to do? Now another century nearly gone. What are we gonna leave for the young? What we couldn't do, or what we wouldn't do, it's a crime, but does it matter? Does it matter much? Does it matter much to you? Does it ever really matter? Yes, it really, really matters. Living on a thin line. Ooh, tell me now, what are we supposed to do? Living on a thin line. Ooh, tell me now, what are we supposed to do? Then another leader says, break their hearts and break some heads. Is there nothing we can say or do? Blame the future on the past, always lost in bloody dance. And when they're gone, it's me and you. Living on a thin line. Ooh, tell me now, what are we supposed to do?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, kids, welcome to the podcast. I saw Haas was dropping some in. This is, for a long time, this has been Cosmos Haas's project. If you want his insights, follow him on Twitter. He does a lot of spaces. The guy's really, really active out here in the community. So, yeah, drop him a follow. You can find him easy enough. Is that where they're launching him from? This is the agents.land, the thing that he linked. Is this where they are launching this? And I don't know if this is an ORAI project, man. That's why I'm a little bit confused here. ORAI exists over in the Cosmos, and I can literally not connect a Kepler wallet to it. So I just hooked up my Solana wallet to it, and yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. It's a simple fair launch platform, and you can see there it is. There's the tokenomics: 1% for the creator, 1% for distilled AI treasury, 1% for AI agent wallet, 2% for strong box vaults, 95% for fair launch, Bonnie curve. So yeah, all the tokens are out there, and you have a real good solid idea of where these things are. So if I don't know if like I said, I didn't research this, man. I'm just kind of going off the cuff here and showing you once again, this is my process. So anytime I start really digging into these, it leads to additional questions. I have more questions based on everything I see, so I have to continue to DYOR. If you and you're on your own on this, man. All right, there is no formula for determining intrinsic value of anything out here. That applies to crypto. It applies to TradFi. Everyone will sell you books. This is how you find out what it's worth. None of them are true. All right, this is that person's opinion. So everybody's going to have find their own. And I hype on this a lot, man, and I'm going to keep harping on it. You have got to understand, or at least have some kind of idea of where this token should be priced at this particular time based on all the market conditions. You have to know where it is, man. If you don't, how do you know when you should sell? How do you know when you should buy? You are purely just guessing, throwing darts at board. Put some or throwing darts at the board. You got to put a little bit of elbow sweat into these to figure out this is what this thing should be priced at right now, based on all of the factors that I consider, all of your own personal wickets. Based on all of that, this is where this token should be priced. Now, I kind of was taking them apart. I went against the grain last night or yesterday because somebody brought up a cache, and why I love what they're doing. Huge fan. I love decentralized providers. We use them. Literally, this right here, Aegis, is hosted on a cache servers. So I'm a huge fan of this, but it is it's overbought. It's not where it's too high right now. So I cleared out my liquid position, not my stake position. I need that stake position because I have enough stake. I was buying that shit at 18 cents. I was buying it at nothing. So everything that I have staked right now, it pays us out enough in a cash tokens to support our servers. So it costs me nothing. But I'm always going to keep a liquid position on most of these. Not Jackal. Jackal's so undervalued right now, I wouldn't sell a single token. But some of these other ones that have gotten their legs underneath them, such as a cash, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out when I think it's overbought, because I don't think it should be at 380. I feel more comfortable with that token at this price based on all these market conditions between 280 and $3. So if it goes below that, I'm gonna buy, and if it goes above that, well above that, meaning it's worth it to me, meaning after all the taxes that I'm going to pay on any of these sells, if it gets to that price, then sure, I'm going to go ahead and clear the position. It has nothing. It's not personal for me, man. I love it. I hope a cash goes to $1,000 a token, but it's not going to do it tomorrow. And I need capital, working capital, meaning cash, so that I can take advantage of other opportunities out there right now. So when I see something that's overvalued, that I'm holding my liquid position, I am simply going to sell it. And wait for either the price to settle down, get back to where I think it should be, and at that time, sure, I'll buy it back. But I had made a good chunk of cash from the position that I sold it at, that I could simply buy more of it. And if it's something that I believe in long term, like a cash, I absolutely do. I want to have more of it, but I'm not going to watch profit fly away either, man. And look, Greg is a great guy. I love what they're doing over there, but I think even he would agree that yes, you need to realize profits in your investment, in your investment journey, because if you don't, you're simply food for everybody else who will realize profits. Anyway, yeah, so Bitcoin continues continues doing its thing. Let me see if this max chart actually corrected. This is where I'm getting like stupidly confused, because I don't even know if I'm looking at two different tokens here. I have no idea. It's the same damn it's the same icon. So I don't even know if this one and this this one over here, I don't even know if they're the same tokens. It looks like the same tokens. It looks like the same icon. That's why this is such a joyful experience. Anytime you start horsing around out here, it gets a little bit muddied. And you're never really sure. The one thing that Solana is great at is immediately finding any meme coin that's going up and launching that same thing. It'll maybe twist the icon a little bit, therefore it's an entirely different thing. Maybe put a period in there somewhere, that way it's an entirely different thing. But anybody that is taking a rudimentary glance at these is going to see it. It's the one that's at the top, and they're going to buy. It could be a wildly different token. You have no idea unless you really get down into it. But think about that for a second. All right. Memes are all about hype and very, very fast action. So expecting somebody to do that kind of research to find out where they're actually sitting on these things, it's just not going to happen, man. They want to get in. They're degens. We're degens. They want to get in quick, get some profit, and get the hell out. So yeah, it's all over there. But I'm struggling with this one. Like I said, I'm not smart. I never came out and said that I was the most intelligent crypto person out here. I've never, ever done that. I'm just a guy that gets lucky. And that's it. I have very, very specific metrics that I invest by. It has nothing to do with these. Now, you want to talk about one that's been on like the world's greatest ride, is that one right over there. That's ORAI chain. This token has been... This damn token has gone through ORAI. There it is. It's correcting with that. See, when I made the thumbnail, it was here. I was like, oh my God, it's flying 25%. Yay, look, we're all going to make some money. And then bam, Bitcoin does this. So ORAI down to 98. It looks like it's the elevator ride to hell right here. That's those glorious red candles. And if you have cash, then this is a good thing. Let me explain that. Because it just seems like I never get this message across. I'm a big fan of cash. I am a really, really big fan of that. Now, my long tokens are off limits. All of the cash I have staked, that's off limits. All of my injective, that's off limits. All right. It is staked. I got it at pennies. So yeah, there's no effective risk to me. My Jackal is so severely undervalued that I would never part with it. Not here. Jackal should be about $2. And when it gets there, by then I have enough staked. I've acquired enough from people who were just didn't see it the way that I did, that I'm earning enough just staking that there's no need for me to sell it. There's just absolutely no need. But when you clear out something, take a shot and you feel that something's overvalued based on the market and the sentiment and everything that's going on right now, and you come over to something like this that I did clear a lot of the position, it gave me a whole bunch of cash. That way, when something like this comes up, which happens every single goddamn day in crypto, when something like this comes up, you have cash. It will blow out everything that you effectively cleared your position on a really, really hype day, and you got cash sitting in your pocket so that you could take advantage of this. Nothing fundamentally changed about these, by the way. Nothing fundamentally changed about a cash, about Jackal, about ORAI. Nothing fundamentally changed about it but the price. So if you cannot bring yourself to ever hit the sell button, and I'm not telling you what to do with your money, I'm telling you specifically this is what I do with mine. If you cannot bring yourself to hit the sell button and you don't have at least 20% of your holdings in cash, which I strongly recommend, then something like this happens and there is nothing you can do about it. All you're going to do is look at all of your holdings suddenly go red. Crypto sucks. It's a scam and I'm out. That's what's going to happen. But if you're smart, if you're disciplined, if you keep some cash handy for when something like this comes up, then this could be a really, really, really good opportunity for you. Now, ORAI, which I've been in for a long time. I mean, a long time I've been around. I cleared out most of it. I not here. That was too early. But I think I parted with about the last of it was right around in here on that very last pump, early January. It went too high, guys. That went too high, too fast, and anything that goes up that fast is going to come down that fast. It has nothing to do with the product itself, with the token itself. It has everything to do with market sentiment and hype. And right here, it was AI. At the same time, all of that stuff was happening. Fetch flew. I mean, Fetch absolutely flew. And I kind of feel bad for it. I know it's Fed, but it's the ASI token. I kind of feel bad for this one because Fetch had the idea for this. They were the ones who were plumbing this and building that whole narrative. They absolutely had the right idea for this. AI agents, virtual twins. Fetch was way ahead of everybody else on this. I mean, just wildly ahead of everybody else. The problem is that they couldn't bring it to fruition. So if you notice, right back here, early January, the same type of hype, the same type of pump, the same type of everything that ORAI was getting, because ORAI was an artificial intelligence chain. Now, up until then, I didn't see any AI on it. I didn't see any kind of artificial intelligence. I saw a chain with a couple of things built on it, but it was nothing that I was interested in. Like, I remember what it was, man. What is one of those, if Haas is on Kiwi or something like that, some little games and stuff like that. But there was really nothing I saw on there that suggested to me that this is the way out, this is the way forward. And I understand it takes a while to build. But with the APRs that they were putting out on that DEX, you had to see it. You had to say, wow, this is absolutely not sustainable. And yeah, so I got my money. I got in, got out. And after that, it's just been something that I've been kind of dabbling with. But all of this stuff is narrative driven. So Fetch was so far ahead of everybody else out here. They were so far ahead of, I guess, whatever this is, if this is actually it. I have no idea. But if it was actually this and something like that, because this is from their this is the site they link on CoinGecko. But if that is they got there. They got there, and Fetch to this day still didn't get there. So ORAI managed to pull one hell of a nice move, and 25%. I'm sorry, guys. 25%. I don't care about that. 25% on a meme token is nothing. Man, that's not even worth your time. But 25% on something that has a $200 million market cap. All right, that's a big move. That is a lot of interest. Now, granted, market caps are kind of irrelevant out here because we managed to game the hell out of those things, and you'll never get that much money out of the chain. As soon as people start selling and decide, okay, enough's enough, it's going down with a bullet, and you are never going to recover that. I would expect that you can get maybe 60-65% if you are a large holder and decide, I'm going to clear it. Even if you go gently into that good night, you're going to get 60-65%. The rest of it's going to get just absolutely eaten by slippage fees, IL, everything. So you're not going to get that. The FDV on this one is more or less realistic because the max supply on this token is, there it is, 19,779,000 and 18,546 are actually in circulation. So if the team is holding any, then it's really not enough to completely blow this thing up. Now, again, that's one of my wickets. I'm like, can this thing be destroyed by a single buyer or a single holder? And in this one, probably not. And the fact that it's been out there so long. I mean, this thing launched way back in the yesteryear of 2020. That token launched. So it caught all of the bubble. It caught every bit of the crypto bubble right there, and then it settled down. So I was enjoying it. I love buying it up right over here. I love $1.50, $2, something like that. I wasn't smart. I never figured this one out. I was just early. That's it. Early and lucky. So I managed to make some dough on it. But again, anytime I see a larger chain like this moving 25%, I pop up out of my hole. I go, ooh, what did I miss here? So I like what they're doing. Is it overvalued? That's it. That's the other big question. Now, I don't buy into a pump because your exit liquidity, man, that's all you are. I don't buy into a pump. But if I can slowly get a decent position into this and actually earn a decent amount of revenue on that position, because I'm not going to put my money to sleep. I'm not going to put my money to sleep on something like this ever. So I need to be able, come over here and say, okay, what am I going to do with it? What can I do with the money? Where can I get a decent return and a decent stake? Now, the one pool over here that I absolutely adore is actually this one right there, USDT and ORAI. I like to pair with stable tokens always, because I'm not a fan of impermanent loss, but it's twofold on these. I get oh shit, I'm going over time. We got people. Okay, we still got people. Let me play the last song, guys. Let me play the last one. I'll come back and I'll explain this one more time, and then we'll take a look and we'll see where everything is. So if you could please give me just a moment here. I just like this song, man. I'm a big fan of the band. That's it. The band coming your way right here on the podcast on the KPOD network.
When I get off of this mountain, you know where I wanna go. Straight down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico, to Lake Charles, Louisiana. Little Bessie girl I once knew, and she told me just to come on by if there's anything that she could do. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak, and she defends me a drunken stream if I ever did see one. Good luck had just stung me. To the racetrack I did go. She bet on one horse to win, and I bet on another to show. The odds were in my favor. I had 'em 5-1, and that nag to win came around the track. Sure enough, we had won. Up on Cripple Creek, and she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one. I took up all of my winnings, and I gave my little Bessie half. She tore it up and threw it in my face, just for a laugh. Now there's one thing in the whole wide world I sure would like to see. When that little love of mine dips a donut in my teeth. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard stream if I ever did see one. Me and my mate were back at the shack. We had Spike Jones on the box. She said, I can't take the way he sang, but I love to hear him talk. Now that just gave my heart a throb to the bottom of my feet. And I swore as I took another pull, my Bessie can't be beat. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one. No, no, Lord, 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 no, Lord, Lord, Lord. There's a flood out in California, and up north it's freezing cold, and it's living off the road is getting pretty old. So I guess I'll call up my big mama, tell her I'll be rolling in. But you know deep down I'm kinda tempted to go and see my Bessie again. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. Let me tell you something, folks. The pit isn't the only place for champions. You need to dominate the markets with Astrovault.io, where DeFi meets your winning streak. Astrovault.io for the win, and give it up again for our. Give it up for the Astrovault. Question, and I'm taking them kind of out of orders, man. I apologize for this one. Bell just sent me this. From New Type, do we only like what they are doing because they've pumped? If ORAI dumps 90% tomorrow, are we still going to like what they're doing? See, now that fits exactly into everything that we've been saying out here for years and years, man. Token go up, project good. Token go down, project bad. That's it. It is literally that binary. I know we try to add so many different variables into it and just go nuts, but the way perception is reality out here. And token go up, project good. Token go down, project bad. Now, ORAI is a little bit of a different one for me, and I'll be completely honest with you because that's what I do. But ORAI is a little bit different out here, dude, because it has such a history, and I love history. I love a token that actually has legs. It's been there, highs, lows, kept doing it, and then we actually get to see what they've been building for all of these years and how big the team is. Now, I don't know if that's correct or not, but I saw ORAI. They had something like 27 developers, man. I mean, that is a lot of mouths to feed. So another one of my DYO research is, okay, how are you paying them? How are you feeding these mouths? Are you feeding them with the token? Because if you're feeding them with the token, not really for me, man. While I appreciate it, now I'm investing in your dream, which I may or may not agree with, but the entire time, my money is getting diluted to pay out these developers. I'm not a VC, all right? A VC can do that, man. Look, I'm in here to get a better position for myself. So if I have to pay you out while you experiment, not really for me, man. It's, while I appreciate it, I don't know what specific problem that they're solving. And yeah, AI agents, man, that's great. It's the hot thing right now. Everybody's getting excited. Oh my God, AI agents. But dude, these narratives come and go constantly. AI hot early 2024. AI was hot. Everything's going to the moon, and then we moved on. Now it's AI agents. Those are hot, and everything's going to the moon. But we will move on. We will move on to the next thing. For me personally, I want to stay in steady things that apply and are very, very easy for Web 2 consumers to understand. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Things that Web 2 consumers understand. AI agents and all this other stuff is great. It's fun. It's exciting. Tokens go up. Everybody gets really, really jazzed up on that. But they bloom, they gloom. So I'm looking for steady things. The Web 2 world is not reaching out right now and saying, oh my God, I need an AI agent. That's what's been missing in my life, is an AI agent. Now, enterprise is starting to get into this. A certain company that you might know called Microsoft is doing a massive investment into this. So maybe this is their attempt to bring these AI agents over into the Web 2 world. So it would force me to ask the question, who is going to more effectively market these things? Is it going to be ORAI? Is it going to be Solana? Is it going to be Ethereum? Or is it going to be Microsoft? Which one of these out of these choices, which one of these has better Web 2 penetration? Now, it's a very, very simple question because I'm a very, very simple kind of guy, and it's clear that Microsoft has that kind of Web 2 penetration. So if anybody is going to be able to make a go of this, meaning make it profitable, it would be somebody like Microsoft. But for them to do that, you are talking about a massive amount of capital investment to get these specific kind of data centers built up. And I may or may not have spoken to somebody who happens to know that some large orders for equipment have been put in. So, yeah, but in that case, then my play is not going to be into the AI agents. My investment play would be into Microsoft. Now, I don't really want to dabble out there too much in TradFi because there's too many eyes on it, too many taxes, too many regulations, restrictions, and yeah. But I would like exposure to it. So I've showed this a couple times. It's got nothing. I mean, just absolutely zero excitement or energy from anybody. But the thing that I'm looking at right now more than anything else is that platform right there, and it's called Sologenic. This is, they're building this thing out like Mirror Protocol. So show of hands, who remembers Mirror Protocol? I had more fun and made more money on Mirror Protocol than I have made in anything else out here in the crypto world because I'm not I don't dabble in memes. But this is your opportunity to trade derivative traditional stocks, such as Microsoft, such as Tesla, such as Netflix, such as everything. Mirror Protocol was fantastic. They were so far ahead of their times because they hit every single wicket that somebody might be interested in. Can you onboard people easily to it? Yes, you can. Are they dealing with investments that they understand and are familiar with? Yes, because these are TradFi people that are simply coming from traditional exchanges, traditional brokerages and houses, and coming over here and seeing the same stocks, seeing the same action, seeing the same prices. They understand this. Now, the platform itself right over here makes money on transaction fees. That's it. A lot of action. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for a lot of users. That gets me interested. What problem are they solving? They're solving a privacy problem. I would much rather trade traditional, even if they're derivatives, but I would much rather trade traditional stocks over here behind a wallet where I maintain my personal anonymity. I would much rather do it here than everywhere and all the hoops I have to jump through to do it, say, on Robinhood. I would much rather do it here. So I can look at something like this and say, okay, they are going to have to push out. They are going to have to go out and capture a Web3 and a Web2 audience to get them over to this exchange. And how are they going to do it? They're going to do it with marketing, very specific targeted marketing. So if I start seeing ads from them, the platform's ready. We're hot. Let's roll. And I start seeing ads from them, and I see clear, targeted, concise ads. I'm there. All right, I'm absolutely there because I do believe in this. I think it's a necessary thing over here. It hits so many different wickets. It is enticing to TradFi. It's enticing to the privacy crowd. It is enticing to... Oh, God, I had this. I'm sorry, man. I just derailed myself. I'm thinking way too far ahead this morning, man. That's what happens on the end of the stream. But it hits an awful lot of wickets for me. So something like this, I would be much more interested in this because I know how they are going to generate revenue. And that is the number one, the top of my personal DYOR is how are they earning money? Where is the organic growth? Where is the Web 2 penetration? And that is what I'm looking for. Again, absolute top of the line. All right. Let me hit a couple of these questions real quick because I don't want to blow anybody else. Deep House Nation, Industrial Lubricant sounds like the name of a heavy metal band. You know it does. I'll give you that one. Maybe that's it. Bell, get me a T-shirt. Get me a custom T-shirt that says Industrial Lubricant. The only people who are going to get it are the people who were on this stream this morning, and I love that. Idiot Fish, Dev Sweat comes with investor tears. That could be a side product of Dev Sweat. And now, hey, and if you buy 2 bottles of Dev Sweat right now, we will throw in a bottle of Investor Tears for free. That's right, folks. A bottle of Investor Tears for absolutely free. Reach out to us today, astrovault.io. That is astrovault.io. That's targeted, all right? Targeted in very, very simple things. Makoka to Streamwalker, Eric Trump talking about tax-free status for U.S.-made cryptos. Scott, how does one determine country of origin? By the very nature of this, it's difficult to determine country of origin if any of these things are assigned to like an American company. So like Aegis is launching a token. We need it for the DAO. We absolutely have to have a decentralized organization that will survive my arrest after we roll this out. So we are going to need the token, but we are also a C Corp. So we have to toe the line on effectively every rule and regulation that goes on out here. All of them. We have to pretend Not pretend. We have to be out front, honest, open, and all that stuff. So in this case, you could say, yeah, we are a U.S. made crypto. Are they going to be tax-free status? No. No. What do you guys know about America? We tax the shit out of everything. You can buy a car, a used car that has been bought and sold 7 times, and you're still going to pay taxes on it. That the tax burden for that particular automobile has been paid. All right, it's covered, but they're still going to tax you. The one thing. Would it be smart of them to do it? I'm sorry. Now I'm carrying on with this. Would it be smart? Yeah, it would, because it would announce to the entire world that America is where you want to do this, because you get all of the protections and things that a country like this offers. But you also get to do it in a tax-free way. So yeah, that would announce to the world that this is the place to build. This is the place to do crypto. This is the place to do blockchain. But will they do it? No, they'll never do it, man. I've never seen America come up and say, sure, it's tax-free on this, unless it's, I don't know, some kind of defense spending shit like that. They always do that. And, or more to the point, also from Makoka to Streamwalker, what criteria would the government use? Way out of my range, dude. I have no idea on that. As much as much time as I spend covering politics and all that, you're asking me to explain the mind of a bureaucrat, and I can't, dude. We don't even speak the same language. I mean, it's not even close. We live in different worlds. They live in the world of governance. They live in the world of the gardener, and all the rest of us are simply the garden. So there's no way I can answer that. Anyway. Appreciate it, you guys. Yeah, Fight Fire. Mir was awesome, dude. It was fantastic. I'm sorry I didn't get to everything. I did a lot of talking on this one, man. So I apologize. Let's take one more look here and see how the store of wealth is performing. Yeah, not fantastic this morning. Not fantastic, dude. This is your kid dropping his sippy cup. All right, and this is kind of the end point on it. So. With this kind of crazy volatility, man, I ain't buying anything today. I'm not selling anything today. We will just kind of see how this one plays out. Fortunately, yesterday was such a green day. I was able to realize a lot of profit, so I can sit here a little bit more comfortably while all of this is happening. And we'll see how it fleshes out by tonight. We're going to be live tonight. Anytime the market shits the bed, the podcast is on over and over and over. The podcast is going to be here. We get to viewer tiers. We're going to bottle that too. So we got industrial lubricant, investor tiers, and viewer tiers. We got them all. All right. Look, man, we are the place to go if you want tiers. Appreciate you guys sticking around today. Questions or comments, Scott@thepodcast.com. We answer any and all of them. And until next time, I got to get to work. Until next time, please stay safe. Please be please stay safe. Please be smart with your money, guys. Cheers.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts. Also, visit our page at